Yeah, another Blu-ray update. This quickly, I know, but I had to get it done, and I am a Blu-ray addict. My addiction is Blu-rays, and at this point I'm giving in to my vices like in Requiem for a Dream. I just like to melt Blu-rays down into liquid form and mainland it right into my veins, and then I would be happy. But for now, let's just talk about the movies, because my addiction is sickening. Let's start out with some animation. First off, South Park, and I'm a huge fan. I was thinking of buying like Family Guy or Futurama, but both those are on Netflix, so it's not really worth it. And The Simpsons, honestly, to me is just kind of like, I like the movie. I like the Simpsons Family Guy crossover, which I never reviewed, but that was pretty awesome to me. Some people were like, it could have been better. I thought it was really good. But anyway, South Park. Bigger, longer, and uncut. This is an awesome movie, and it's the winner of New York Film Critics Circle Best Animated Film. Good for you. And South Park humor at its best. And now let's talk about some seasons. South Park Season 10. This is a really, really good season. Why? Because this episode, the World of Warcraft one, and it also has, the Dog Whisperer episode, which is one of my favorite. Both of them are favorite episodes. I haven't seen the rest of the season yet, so I'm going to watch that. It's awesome. And Season 12, this has some of the best episodes. This is the only season I've finished so far out of all the seasons I bought, but this one, the cheesing episode where it's basically a big drug trip out. Pandemic, the startling. Good. And the other 3 seasons, I don't know all the episodes or anything, but like Season 14, I know it's got the coon in it, so that's going to be something really awesome. Season 16. There's some movies I'm not even looking for. Like, I was never really seeking any of these out except for 2 of them, which will be the first story I talk about. It's just, I came across them, it's like $5 each, 2 for $10, so I was just like, well, fuck yeah. So the first 2, The Fighter is $8 on Amazon, so that's actually a pretty good deal. Frickin' awesome movie, David O. Russell. Here, Mark Wahlberg. Listen, this is me. It's about me. It's not about you. I'm gonna punch you in the face. And Christian Bale smokes crack, and he jumps out the window. It's awesome. Jackie Brown, and this is pretty cool looking. The little exploitation type poster for the cover. Oh, I love this movie. It's Tarantino's most underrated movie because, Death Proof isn't amazing. It's got incredible stunt work with the cars, but the first half, I stand by saying, it goes on a little too long. Not that I don't love the dialogue. The dialogue's all really good, but it goes on a little too long, considering it's supposed to be a throwback to 70s grindhouse movies. None of them had this great Tarantino dialogue for like an hour and some. So I wouldn't call Death Proof underrated, but this one is, because no one ever says like, oh, it's in Tarantino's best, but this is just as good as a lot of the other ones. And these last 3 movies I never really thought I'd ever like buy, but I like all of them, and it's like, yeah, I should have them. 8 Mile, Eminem's a good actor when he's playing a somewhat version of himself. It's really good. He was almost Matt Damon's character in Elysium. That would have been interesting to say the least, but yeah, this is a really good movie. Another Tarantino movie, this one I believe he just wrote. Am I wrong? No, he did. He wrote it, and he stars in alongside George Clooney. Robert Rodriguez is From Dusk Till Dawn. This is a really good vampire movie. Starts out like a road thriller type, and then vampires. Awesome. And a Clint Eastwood movie that he directs, does not star in. Angelina Jolie, probably her best performance, I'd say. Changeling. Angelina Jolie isn't in a lot of great movies, but this is one of them, I'd say. Really good thriller drama about her kid getting kidnapped, and basically they gave her the wrong kid because they don't admit, we can't find your son, and her trying to find her kid and all that. It's really good. This next one is incredible. It's mind-blowing, but not in the way where it's like, wow, look at all this amazing stuff they've done with the camera work and everything. It's just such a simple premise, a simple little movie to make, but they did it with perfection. Lock Tom Hardy in a car by himself for what, an hour and 20 minutes basically. And it is so good. It sucks you in. This story, I just felt after 10 minutes I was sucked in. I was in the car with him, and I was involved in everything, so invested. And it's interesting how they made this. They basically put him in the car, and they're essentially, the other actors he interacts with is over the phone, so they basically have him drive to point A to point B and do the whole scene acting with people over the phone. And they basically just filmed the movie 6 times over and used the best stuff. That is, to me, really interesting. It's just, that's how easy it was. And it's a really interesting, good little drama. I really liked it. And Tom Hardy's fantastic in it. We talked about Clint Eastwood with Changeling. Talk about him again with the Man with No Name trilogy. This trilogy is awesome. A Fistful of Dollars for a Few Dollars More, and The Good, the Mad, The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, which I've seen the most. Sergio Leone just makes amazing, awesome movies. The great showdowns and face-offs with the guns and just the extreme close-ups of their eyes just looking at each other, like back, forth, back, forth, back, forth, back, forth. Really drawn along on that eventually. Ba-boom! Like this, awesome. And Clint Eastwood. There are two kinds of people in this world. Those with loaded guns and those who dig. You dig. Like, that's awesome. I've been getting a lot of Martin Scorsese movies lately. Raging Bull is the next one. The great boxing movie about Jake LaMotta. Fucking crazy psychopath, basically. This next movie, it gives you what you want. It doesn't give you what you want enough, though, but at the same time, you kind of respect it for that. Its ability to take its time. Aaron Taylor Johnson wasn't exactly the best performance or interesting character, but you know what? It gives us what we want, and that is Godzilla kicking ass. Not the whole time, but when you see Godzilla fucking shit up, he does it so well, this movie. I think it's really, really good. Not amazing, but still really, really, really good. Direction by Gareth Edwards, right? Or is it Evans? I screw it up because one of them is involved in a bunch of found footage movies and one of them made this. Gareth Edwards, yeah. He directed this so well. The epic reveals of the monsters and everything. He's just, he's a good director. And when he makes Star Wars, perfect. I've only seen one Wes Anderson movie. I've not seen Grand Budapest Hotel yet. I'm gonna see that because I believe it's probably gonna be really awesome. But the one I have seen, I love it. Saw it just kind of like, hey, that could be kind of fun. And just so taken with his style, his framing, his immaculate editing and cinematography is a beautiful, awesome, really funny movie. Moonrise Kingdom, I loved it. I love this movie and I want to see all his other movies. So I'm going to have to do that. Go see a whole bunch of Wes Anderson movies. Next up, a 1-2 punch of Marvel. Iron Man, I had never had this on Blu-ray till now, so I was like, get it already. I have the first one now and I have the third, which ain't great. It's okay. I think less of it every time I watch it almost in a way, but there's a lot about the third that I do like. The second, though, is irredeemable and awful in my opinion. Watch my review if you want me to spell it out for you, basically, but I hate the second. And I don't want to buy Captain America, the first Avenger, because that movie to me, again, watch my review, basically, yeah, there's Captain America, kind of pretty cool setup, and for all the kicking ass, it's about a brisk 2-minute montage. It's not worth it. Winter Soldier, on the other hand, really awesome. I have not rewatched The Incredible Hulk in a while, so I need to watch that to know if I want to buy it. But also Thor. I own the second, and now I own the first. I like both. Last video, I think it was, I got Kevin Smith's Dogma. I've been buying all the Kevin Smith movies, and so a 1-2-3 punch of Kevin Smith chasing Amy. Fantastic, really funny. Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back, even better to me because I am in the VSU Universe fan club or whatever, the cult to Kevin Smith. The VSU Universe to me is awesome. I love all the inside jokes. If you don't get it, like if you haven't watched all his movies, this movie will make no sense to you because it's all just like a lot of inside jokes. But for me, being in on it, it was really funny. And everyone is really good in it. I especially love the quick cameo by Ben Affleck where they're all talking. The Jay and Silent Bob movie, who would want to watch that? To me, that was one of the funniest moments of any Kevin Smith movie. That's just me. And lastly, an underrated Kevin Smith movie, Zack and Mary Making Porno. Really sweet relationship between Seth Rogen and Elizabeth Banks. The only Kevin Smith movies I have yet to buy is like Clerks 2 and not Cop Out. Never Cop Out, and I've not seen Jersey Girl, and I have no intentions to. Next up, someone who worked with Kevin Smith, Matt Damon. That's a Team America joke if you don't get it, but yeah, the Bourne trilogy. I already own this one. If you don't believe me, give me 2 seconds. This was the first Blu-ray I ever bought, and now I have it twice. Yay! This is, literally though, yeah, this was my first ever Blu-ray. I got The Bourne Ultimatum, the 2004 Punisher, and Blood Diamond. A random assortment, but yeah, those were the first Blu-rays I got. We don't need to worry about Legacy, also because there's a 5th one with Matt Damon, so possibly the whole Jeremy Renner thing was for nothing. Poor guy. He's like, I finally get my own franchise. I know it's Matt Damon's, but I'm going to take it over and do my own thing with it. And then, nope, we're going right back to him. See ya. Good luck with Hawkeye. And now for some horror. And what an assortment of movies we have here. Let's start off with, I guess, the most recognized as a good movie anyway. Like, out of all these, most people would probably agree that The consistently good one would be Evil Dead 2. I have Army of Darkness, Evil Dead, and I have the second. And having seen them all, the first one I ever saw, I believe, was Army of Darkness, and then I saw the remake, then I saw 1, and then 2. What I would say is, the remake is really, really good compared to the original 2, and almost makes it that if you don't want to watch the original 2, that's almost fine, because the only thing the remake lacks is the amazing acting of Bruce Campbell, his amazing charisma. Groovy. Like, he's awesome, and that's something that they can't duplicate, and that's why this movie's so well. Because these movies are kind of really gritty, low budget, extremely low budget. Some of the continuity is ridiculous. A lot of times Ash will be just covered in blood, and then the next shot it's like he cleaned himself all up. It's like, what the fuck? But I can forgive stuff like that for some of the really good humor. It is a really good franchise, all the Evil Dead movies. I just have to get the remake. Jeepers Creepers 1 and 2. Jeepers Creepers 1 is an amazing thriller monster movie, basically. It harkens back to a lot of the classic monster movies that were based all on suspense with a little bit of horror slasher in there. Second goes a lot more for the slasher, a lot more for the homoerotic humor, but still really good. Not as good as the first, though. The first one I hold up to high regard, and it's good to have both. And now for two separate things that I'm not necessarily proud of, not really even happy to admit I own, but I cannot deny that I enjoy both. First off, Silent Night, Deadly Night. Unfortunately, this does not include the second, which, to be honest... Oh, hold on, I'm just reading the back. That is really stupid and silly at times, and it's not that great. It isn't, but just some of the humor. He decapitates a snowman for no reason. I love that. But the second's better, because here's what the second does, which is really bad. It basically, first 40 minutes, sums up the first movie, which is lazy. They didn't have the budget or enough writing to make a full movie. So the second movie is like, oh, we'll just sum up the first movie, and then we'll give you the second half with Garbage Day and all that, which I want Garbage Day on Blu-ray, but for now I'll settle for this, which is good enough, I guess. And try as you may, try as you might, if you insult my Blu-ray taste, there'll be killings tonight. It's Leprechaun, the entire movie collection. Yes, I said that right. You're looking at, this is not an optical illusion. I actually own all the Leprechaun movies, and there we have it. Leprechaun the original with Jennifer Aniston, 2, 3, Leprechaun 4 in space, Leprechaun in the Hood, Leprechaun 2 back to the THA Hood, and then Leprechaun Origins, which is a WWE Studios production. And I will not degrade WWE Studios. I like The Condemned with Stone Cold, and I own both John Cena WWE Studios films, 12 Rounds and The Marine, so it's not like I hate WWE Studios. I kind of just like John Cena. And I remember the original See No Evil being somewhat of a competent horror. I saw the preview for the new See No Evil. That looks like dick. Like, just donkey dick bad. But anyway, this, I love it. I love frickin' Warwick Davis as the Leprechaun. He is awesome. This rhyming villain. That was quite a load to have to explode. What a lovely lass. I had to blow up your ass. Now I must hit the road. Like, that shit was awesome. All his little rhymes. Shit. That was quite a mean trick. And now I'll cut off your dick. Like, something about it is awesome. I love Warwick Davis in this. He was in Ewok. Yeah, he was in Willow. But this is what I'll always admire him for doing. He's really good in it. Which is why I have low expectations for the remake. And I've seen the first 3. The first one I liked, second one I liked even more, and the third one I really liked a lot more than the first 2. I have not seen the 4, 5, 6 basically. They're just like, fuck it, we need stuff to do, let's go to space. They're not content with just doing the same shit. They really mix it up, and I gotta respect them. Not sure how well all the movies are gonna turn out, but so far I am enjoying the shit out of this. And finally, this is the big boss. This is something that I was not sure I was going to buy at first. When I saw it on Amazon, I was like, oh god. Because considering it, it's a big franchise, but most of the movies are shitty. Like, I'm actually going to count them right now. 1, 2, 3 good movies. But yeah, Halloween, the entire Blu-ray collection. This is something. First off, that's what I'm going to see on my shelf. Badass. this is... I was thinking about it and I was like, I'm not sure I can do it. But I have to. And Danielle Harris is the only reason 4 and 5 are at all good. She gives a great performance as a child actor. But some of these, like Halloween 3, it's awful. Awful. Halloween 4, 5, like I said, Danielle Harris, the only good thing about it. Halloween 6 is dog shit. Halloween 7, also known as H20, pretty good. Halloween Resurrection, even worse dog shit. And the Rob Zombie ones. What I'll say about Rob Zombie ones, which I still actually, of all the franchise, I haven't reviewed those. But I'll get to it. The first one has some merits to it in that he is really doing something different for half the movie. The first half is completely original stuff, minus like the initial murder and stuff. The first half is pretty original in that it's all the stuff in the asylum and that's all new, so I respect him. And then he just divulges to the same shit we've already seen, just not as good, and that's why I don't like them. I like this. It's black Blu-ray case. It's exciting. Ooh, that looks pretty cool too. That's, yeah. But Halloween's coming up. I'll finish my last 2 reviews of this franchise, do a video like favorite horror movies or something Halloweenish. Okay, so that's my Blu-ray update. Comment below, tell me what you think of any of these movies, Blu-ray things, such and such. And thanks for watching. I'll see you guys later.